Mikael Avatar here, coming live from Thailand. Today I'm going to talk about to do the footwork to achieve your goals. Welcome here. We are now live. So, it's a word called accountability. It means just to show up. So, I'm here. That's the first step. When you have achieved your goals, you really need to show up. And I'm going to talk about showing up and how to really start doing your real plan for your goals. So, welcome here. It will be maybe 10, 15 minutes, I have no idea. So you have a framework for what I'm talking about. This is my fourth live stream, so I'm not so used about this. It's quite funny, scary, and all this stuff. I can't cut anything out, so accountability to show up. Today, I didn't feel like doing this at all, but I promised last Sunday that I'm going to do streaming how to do the working for your wishing, for your goals for 2019. So, when I started painting, it was many years ago. I started at home, and then I find out that I really need to have a schedule. So the only day I was free was Sunday. Otherwise I work. So I really need to set time schedule. That's how I work. So Sunday from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I put my things and my colors, my canvas, my everything, so I could paint. After a few months, I needed a bigger place, so I rented a studio. And it wasn't this that I couldn't paint every Sunday. I had to be in an environment where the only thing I could do was paint. I could make some coffee. I could go to the bathroom, but really the only thing around was painting. I saw my colors, my tables. So after a few weeks, my body adjusts to the environment. It adjusts for it's Sunday, it's an art day. So I started to paint. My goal when I had my studio was 100 paintings. And it took me a few years. And why I took 100 is because if you paint 10, 20, nothing happens. You don't get the problems to be an artist if you paint 20. Because when you have 50, 60 paintings, you have to start to sell them. You can paint them over, but that's a waste of the fine art. So you need to start to sell. And you have to get money for paying for the rent for your studio. So when you do 100 paintings, it's much more likely that you go through the whole process of being an artist. So I did my 100 paintings, and after that, I really could decide, is this the way in my life? Do I have enough passion to create art? Do I have? So But I decided that I have the passion. It was my passion, and I was free from my mind, because I was always working, always thinking, always doing stuff in my head. So now, finally, I can do something that wasn't doing that I was thinking so much. And next achievement, to give you an example of to plan what they're doing, was 1.5 years ago I did 100 YouTube videos. My goal was to document my life, to tell some of my life stories, tell about some coaching skills, and to learn how to do movies on YouTube. So I started. You have them all on my YouTube channel, and the first one, camera is very bad, the sound is very bad, and I didn't cut the movies, I didn't put other videos in the movies and so on. But after 50 and 70, I started to implement. So I needed a plan for making movies. So Monday, Tuesday, I went out with my motorbike here in Thailand to get a film sequence to put behind me, film things connected to the subject that I was talking about. So this is a lot of work, but it was so fun. I could go to new places, and in the beginning I filmed too short, so I needed to put the camera and stay there maybe half an hour to get the clouds moving and whatever, and then when you speed it up, it's really nice with clouds, for example. So, and then I needed to cut the movie, I needed to do a lot of stuff. So the learning curve was very interesting for me. But after 100 or 120 videos, I stopped, because that was not it was too heavy, too much work, and you really needed to put out more than 3-4 videos a week for 1-2 years to get an audience. So I stopped. It became annoying, but I have the videos there. So now, last year, I started to write books, and I can use the videos. So I have like a library of my things. So when I write the books, I can connect it with the video. So I have a lot of use of those videos. And I really like you to go there, because you see the different levels on the videos. And I want you to do this. It's the media form is to do videos, audios, and to do live streaming. That's my new thing. I will not do 100 live stream things this year. If I can do one a week, then it's 50, but probably I cannot do that. So maybe 20, 25, 30, we will see. Next month I will have a friend coming here. He is very young, so he will learn me the new platforms, because they're YouTube, Facebook, that's not the perfect platform for live streaming. But I start to practice here, so accountability, I will change my screen. I have learned to have 2 different screens. I will have a second camera soon, so I can have 3 different scenes in my live streaming, and I'm really looking forward of learning more about how to live stream to get it a bit more professional. So when you put out your goals for 2019, you have to have some passion. You have to, that's the key. You have to have some passionate goal with what you're doing. I mean, live stream, for example, is what I do now. It's kind of complicated, but kind of not complicated. But I'm very lucky because there is no one writing in the chat. And from the one program to Facebook, it's a delay of 10 seconds. So I can read the chat, and it's so many things when you do live streaming. And for me, that's fascinating. But I really want you to understand, if I can do this, you can do this too. Because that's the new media. That's the life we are going to live through the next 5 years, 10 years. So now I need to look at my notes and see what more would I talk about today. Yeah. Showing up. To show up. For example, if you want to get fit, if you want to if you want to exercise, put yourself in a gym. Book yourself 2-3 times in the gym. If you go there, after a while, it's very annoying to not training. So if you are there 2-3 times a week and you're not training, you will get annoyed. So you really need to put yourself in an environment where you can achieve your goals. If you want to study, maybe going to the library and sit quiet. It's much better than sit home and have the TV on, have whatever music on. But if you go to an environment where you only can study, the possibility of your study is much higher. I'm quite disciplined, but still I need to put myself in an environment where I must do. For me to put up the camera, I don't have good sound, so I need to have a tripod. It took like 40 minutes for me to get the environment for doing this recording. And that means when it was up, I took a break and I was like, wow, now soon we are pushing the live button, soon we are going on the air. I have no clue of the people out there watching this. Last weekend it was like 140 people watching, and the stress there, it's my heart pumping. And I could not, I could not have pushed the button. Now we are going live. You understand? I had to do it because now I have spent all this time preparing. I have some notes what I'm going to say, but really I have no plan. So that's how to put you in an environment for doing the footwork to achieve your goals. You see types of accountability, rolling down, tell somebody, talk to somebody, not anybody. You really need to talk to somebody who understands your world and understands where you're going with your vision. If you have the wrong person, or that's not possible, don't go to those people. Go to the people. That's good. I will be by your side and help you achieve this. Number 2, go to a group where, for example, if you want to paint, I went to a painting course to start the mindset for achieving my painting skills. I went to music school online. I bought the course online for the music. And they have a Facebook group, and I get new ideas nearly every day from this Facebook group to achieve. So find group on your subject, on your vision. And that means that you're showing up. And the possibility of you achieving your goals are much more greater. Number 3, technology. For example, I went online and did a music course. I have done more than 100 small music pieces. I counted them the other day. There were 220. I didn't even have the goal of doing 100. But my goal last year was to do a CD. So I really practiced on my keyboard. I went to this school, deepened how to do EP, I think it's called, not CD. But I couldn't achieve it. It wasn't my path last year, but I achieved my book instead, my first book. So you fail all the time, but use the technology, use groups, and use people that helps you to achieve your goals. Sometimes you even need to get a coach. I have had a lot of coaches, a lot of mentors on different subjects because they are specialized in the area where you want to achieve your dream. And they can tell you small tricks, small things, and they know all the bumps you have to go over. They know all the thinking process you go through. And it's much more easier if you have a coach who push you and are beside you, and he see when you do wrong, when you do right, and sometimes even say, wow, it took you a long time to figure out, because a coach should not tell you everything, but you have to figure out a lot of stuff. Number 5, the most important thing to do is write it down. Write down your schedule. Monday, even if you only have 5 minutes to do something of your dream, do something every day. Because when you do something every day, you, okay, how do you say, you, no, I don't know how to say, I have to explain. So your system gets boosted with the idea of this new vision every day. And that's like showing up. Like, I want to practice live streaming. You cannot practice live streaming without going live. That's not possible. You cannot train without really training. You cannot be a musician without practice to be a musician or a basketball player or whatever your goal is. Probably you can, but I have not figured that one out yet. So that was my 5 points in today's live streaming. That's about it. I thank you for watching this. Please make a comment if you like. I think most people watching this are in Asia, some are in Sweden, some are in, I have somebody in the UK, someone in America from the last session. So please write where you are from, and I see you in my next live video. And probably, if I do one next week, it will be on Saturday, because Sunday it's my birthday and I will not work. Or this is not working. This is having fun and pushing my limits. I hope you really enjoy this live streaming. Take care and have a nice day wherever you are in the world. Bye.